The gopis are just saying that those are expert transcendentalists. They direct all their love to you. And they're saying, what use do we have for husbands and children? They just give us trouble. That's a fact. Anybody who's married and has husband and children, they know they're a lot of trouble. Therefore, give us your mercy. Don't cut down our long desire. Don't cut down our long cherished desires for your association. It's so much parallel. What I see, I never saw before so much. I guess until you come in the line of this thought and this viewpoint, these subtleties of the Bhagavatam, especially the discussions of the gopis and Krishna, they don't become so clear or relevant otherwise. Because we read these verses and sections many times in our sojourn on the Bhakti Marg, but now we have a different orientation and a different type of introduction by the mercy of our teacher. So when we read these outpourings and speeches of the gopis and their and their speeches, then we see so much relevance and application to our own position, situation, feelings, and relationship with Krishna himself. So as the gopis here in the Ras Leela are relating to Krishna and speaking to him, it almost sounds, to me, at one level, it almost sounds like Arjuna in his relationship with Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Arjuna is a Sakha of Krishna, an eternal associate. He's taking the role of conditioned soul, and he was quite bewildered about many doubts and questions, and to clarify many things. So that's for our benefit, because we are those bewildered, conditioned souls full of doubts, not Arjuna. So now you take it, that's, you could say, the template, the Arjuna-Krishna samvad and dialogue between Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhagavad Gita is a template, and it kind of paves the way, kind of paves the path of Bhakti Marg for the Vaidhi Sadhaka. And then when you tread that path, and if you go from this country road onto the super highway, whatever they call it, motorway, then you may come in line of the higher angle of seeing Krishna from the viewpoint of love and from the viewpoint of bhakti. And so then the gopis, the way they're speaking, we'll see that tomorrow. I'm already seeing it. There's so much relation. We can relate to the questions and doubts and arguments of Arjuna as sadhakas in Vaidhi Marg. And then when we become sadhakas of Raganuga Marg, with aspiring for Gopi Bhav, then we can see, we're also cherishing our desires for a long time to have association with Krishna. And then we have an eternal service to offer to him that he wants us to do in so many services. So why are we not reciprocating? Why am I not having sporties? So it's so much, because that's what our acharyas tell us. This is the teachings of Rupa Goswami and Narottama and Vishwanath and all their qualified representatives. We should Gopi Anugata, follow the gopis. Well, this means following the gopis. How are they interacting with Krishna? So these kind of interactions are part of the Nitya Leela between Radha and Krishna, which we are entering, but they can also, the Adhyatmic Vichar, the transcendental exchanges between Krishna and his eternal lovers, can also apply between Krishna and his eternal aspiring loving servants, the mandris like us. So that's why the acharyas tell us it's so important to study these Gitas, to study the Gita. As a sadhaka in Vaidhi Marg, it's so important to study and know the Gita. So similarly, as a sadhaka in Raganuga Marg, it's so important to study and understand and absorb the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavad, the Venu Gita, and the Pranaya Gita, and the Viraha Gita. So we're studying this Ras Leela, which has all the things together, and this section of Ras Leela is called Pranaya Gita. So it's so exciting because it's like about us. Like when people read books about health or about the human body, they're very interested, health, and because it really relates to me, and I'm really interested, and I want to be healthy. So these type of subjects of Krishna and the gopis are so interesting to us and so applicable and necessary for us that they become our very sustenance and food for making advancement. Hmm?
It helps for our siddha.
Yeah, it helps us to realize and cultivate the siddha bhav, which becomes the siddha deha. First bhav and then deha. Deha is given. It's kind of like you're given the computer but no software. You have the computer, you have all the hardware but no software, no programming. So you're given initiation, or you have the idea of being Radharani's Manjari, but we don't have Gopi Bhav. So you may have an identity or a spiritual form realized by your own bhajan or given by Guru, but where's the Bhav to activate that form? A computer without a program is useless. So Siddhadeya, or a Gopi Sarup, however you come to that identity, is useless without Gopi Bhav. So that's why everywhere Lord Chaitanya and all the acharyas are talking about the Bhav. Atev Angikara Gopi Bhav. So they're not saying get a Deha. They're saying in your Siddha Deha, think like this and think like that, in your Siddha Sarup. But the emphasis is on love. And that's what bhakti means. Bhav and prem. So everywhere the Vaidhi sadhaka is trying to get love and bhav. And then the Raganuga sadhana is trying to get love and bhav specifically as a gopi, so it's called Gopi Bhav. So this is why we're studying these subjects.